Alright, let's make this very clear from the start. This video is not about bashing anybody from this country. It's not about complaining, and it's definitely not about saying one culture is better than another. This is about cultural awareness, especially for foreigners who plan to live here, date, or even build a life in the Philippines. Because Marites culture isn't some rare thing. It's part of daily life here. And once you understand it, you stop reacting emotionally and start navigating it intelligently. So what is Marites? What does this actually mean in real life? When foreigners hear the word Marites, they usually think of some noisy neighbor. But that's not really accurate. Marites isn't just one person. It's a network. It's how information travels in close communities. Who came home late? Who argued? Who visited? Who didn't show up to church? Who suddenly stopped posting their partner on Facebook? In Western countries, this kind of awareness would feel invasive. But in the Philippines, it often comes from closeness, not hostility. But here's the issue. Foreigners don't grow up in that system. So when it touches your life, especially your dating life, it hits different. So why do you think foreigners feel it more than the locals? If you're Filipino, you grew up inside this environment. You already know what to share, what not to share, and how to brush things off. Foreigners don't have that instinct yet. You stand out, you're visible, your relationship stands out even more. If you're dating a Filipina, people notice how often you guys are together, how you talk to each other, when something feels off, and they don't just need full information to start forming conclusions. That's not because you're malicious or anything like that. It's because partial information travels fast here, especially in small communities. And this could have a multitude of effects, especially on dating life. So, how does it even affect your dating life here? And here's where the thing gets real. If you're dating a Filipino long-term, your relationship isn't just between two people. It exists inside a social ecosystem. A small argument at home might seem private to you, but raised voices, body language, or silence afterward gets noticed. Someone might actually say to your girlfriend, "Are you okay? I heard you and your boyfriend had a problem." Now she's wondering, who said that? What did they say? And what are the people saying about us? Even if the relationship is healthy, outside commentary can create unnecessary tension. Let's take another common scenario here. You're friendly, you talk to people, you're polite, but friendliness gets misread. A woman talks to you at a store, someone sees it, someone else adds context that doesn't even exist. Now your girlfriend hears, "I saw him talking to another girl." No accusation, just a seed planted. That seed can grow into doubt if you don't understand where it came from. Now, what happens when Marites meets family opinions? Because this does happen as well. Because family plays a huge role in Filipino relationships. So when gossip reaches relatives, it carries more weight than it should. Aunties start asking questions. Cousins repeat things they heard. Suddenly, your partner feels pressure to explain something that didn't even happen. For foreigners, this feels unfair. For Filipinos, this feels like concern. The disconnect is cultural. And if you react defensively instead of calmly, you accidentally confirm the rumor that was actually emotional, even if it's false. I also want to talk about how it changes how you move as a couple. See, over time, couples adapt, whether you realize it or not. You become more aware of it, where you argue, how you speak in public, what you post online, who you socialize with, not just because you're hiding something, but because you've learned that visibility invites interpretation. Foreigners who ignore this often feel misunderstood. Foreigners who adapt feel more at peace. So how might Marites affect your personal identity here as a foreigner? This is another thing that people don't talk about enough, is how gossip shapes your identity here. You might be quiet, introverted, private, but people could still label you here. He's serious, he's distant, he thinks he's better. None of it is intentional, just interpretation filling gaps. He's arte, Once you accept that you can't control every narrative, you stop trying to correct everything, and that's when life gets easier here. But the mistake that foreigners make here is that gossip isn't personal. Marites culture isn't centered on you as an individual. It's centered on information exchange. Once you realize that, you'll stop feeling attacked and start observing instead. That shift alone saves relationships, I think. I've seen it many times, especially in my group chats. And you could see how a lot of other foreigners handle it. They don't confront rumors aggressively. They don't over-explain. They don't isolate. They stay consistent. They treat people kindly. And they let time prove who they are. Because at the end of the day, that's exactly what time would do. Because over time, gossip lessens momentum when there's nothing dramatic to feed it. So living in the Philippines long term is not about resisting the culture. It's not. We can't resist it. Remember, we're welcome here, but we're not asked to stay here. And understanding this culture deeply enough to live comfortably is most important. Marites culture doesn't disappear. But once you understand it, it stops controlling you. And when you're dating a Filipina, this understanding isn't optional. It is essential. So if you're a foreigner living here in the Philippines, has this affected your relationship or how you see living in the Philippines? And if you're dating a Filipina, did this explain things you couldn't quite put into words? Drop your experiences down in the comments and let's talk about this. Let's have a respectful conversation, guys, and be real. And I hope that the trolls stay at bay because, I really do come with these videos with good intention, whether it's the good or the bad of this country. And if this video helped you understand life in the Philippines a little bit better, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest, long-term expat content or just news in the Philippines. And I hope you have happy holidays. Peace.
Know you used to love me. I know you got some